because I'm known nationally and internationally for interviewing the comedians better than anyone in the media space. Stavros Halkias is with us, and he's a comedian podcaster. He's the body positivity king. New Netflix special, Fat Rascal, is out now. He's got live shows coming up in Dallas and Michigan, and he's got his own podcast called Stavi's World. And he's also, I believe, the most famous Ravens fan there is.
Do you remember the name of his original podcast?
No.
Oh. Interesting. Anyone in the room? No, I'm the only one.
Thank you, Amin. I appreciate your help.
Look it up.
Getting us started. I don't make them awkward enough myself with the comedians. You've got to help me here.
Also, Michael Phelps would like a word.
You are
Cumtown.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. You are the most famous Ravens fan there is right now, correct?
I don't know that I'm the most famous, but I think I'm the one who connects with the fan base the most because because ultimately it's like I am barely a celebrity, and I think that's Baltimore connects to that. You know, we have Michael Phelps, who's the man. You know what I mean? We have a lot of Mello was at the game last time. We have a lot of obviously ex-Ravens, but we're a city with a chip on our shoulder, and I think if their fan is an international pop star billionaire, I think Baltimore would like to be represented by a fat balding man who is barely a celebrity. Well, but I think that's kind of.
How do you feel about
what's that, Dan?
Taylor Swift in Kansas City? Like, how do you feel about that entire phenomenon? Because it runs against everything you are, doesn't it?
Ouch.
100%. I mean, this is the thing about this matchup. Everyone in America should be rooting for the Ravens. It's not even close. Because if you have, do you know how much shareholder value we will destroy if we beat the Chiefs? Do you know how much money the NFL will lose? How much money Taylor Swift will lose? If you don't like capitalism, if you don't like America's imperialist policies, okay, there's nothing more all-American than a country pop star and a white boy from Ohio that wanted to be black his whole life, forming a union and becoming, a superstar couple that gets to be at the Super Bowl. There's nothing more all-American than that. And if you don't like the way this country's going right now, you should be rooting for Baltimore to score a symbolic victory as a forgotten inner city that industry abandoned. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sold.
Thank you, Amin.
Do the Chiefs offend you then? Does what's happening? Like, what level of rabid are you that you're playing this team for the rights to the Super Bowl?
It's awesome. It's awesome. Not only that, because, I obviously would love to, like I said, destroy value for the NFL. That would be awesome. It's also like this. Nobody wants another dynasty. We don't want you want another Patriots. You want Kermit. You want Kermit the Frog, Tom Brady to win 5 Super Bowls? No, it's got to be the Ravens. And we've played spoiler in the past. That's the nice thing about the Ravens. We've done this to them in the past. We did this to the last dynasty. We would always come in and up for when the Patriots thought they had it. We would always win a couple. As underdogs, we beat them in Foxborough a couple times. And I think this is kind of our destiny. We have the coolest player, bar none. Lamar rules. He showed everybody he's got all this shit talked about him his whole career. And look, I know Patrick Mahomes is great. He's the best. He's the most accomplished quarterback in the NFL right now. But he went into a ready-made situation. You know what I mean? He had a great coach. They gave him weapons from the beginning. Lamar had to kind of earn it. Nobody respected him from the beginning. And he's just proven this year he's as good as anybody. He's the most, entertaining quarterback to watch. And the narrative of Lamar proving all his haters wrong and then destroying the dynasty, the current dynasty in the NFL, would just be so beautiful. It would be a rare win that Baltimore really needs.
You're mentioning talking about Lamar Jackson. Here's Colin Cowherd talking about Lamar Jackson at the beginning of his career.
Lamar Jackson's a project. He's not Sam Darnold. He's not Josh Rosen. You watched them last night. He's not even close. He's not even close. That was way more bad than good. He's not close to RG3 at this point. He's not. Forget Flacco. RG3's not as good as Flacco. Lamar's not even close to RG3, and it won't matter. It never mattered with Tebow. Lamar Jackson, with the best offensive coach arguably in college football, as a 3-year starter, completed less than 60% of his throws last year. That's as a 3-year starter with Bobby Petrino. In 5 of his games last year as a 3-year starter with Bobby Petrino, an NFL coach coaching in college. Lamar Ball is what we may be calling him by November. Of course Lamar's not close. I've never thought he was close. That's why I keep calling him a project. I never call him a prospect. Sam Darnold's a prospect.
Damn. Respect.
Well.
That's awesome to be that coded without ever using the word thug. Respect to him for figuring that out. I've never heard project like really highlighted that way to be racist. Salute the coward. But that's actually a really nice. That put him on the dog whistle Mount Rushmore for that one. I've never heard project instead of project.
It's a hard J.
You've heard it for a long time, though. Man. It must be so frustrating to you as a Ravens fan to think that you drafted a wide receiver who's the MVP of the league at quarterback.
It's so sick. He's two-time MVP, and he showed it against the Texans. That second half was incredible. And I'm just ready for it. I want to see him. I'm happy it's the Chiefs, actually. I'm happy for all the, like I said, it would be great to dash the corporate overlord's dreams, but it's more the narrative for Lamar. This is a big one. You want to beat the best guy to get to your first Super Bowl. So I'm pumped for it. I can't wait for this.
You must have been torn, though, right? Seeing a shirtless, fat, drunk guy, knock Taylor Swift out of the way. But also, Jason Kelce is giving off everyman, and he's not more everyman than you are. Like, he's just not.
No, that's the other thing. Look, this actually hurts. This hurts me because salute to Jason Kelce. He's out there pushing the plus size agenda, getting into. We were just in the conversation for people's sexiest. He was never going to win. He was like, he was like Bernie. He's just trying to move the party fatter. You know what I mean? And I respect that for him. He looks awesome, but at the end of the day, he's a millionaire. He's in great shape. He's a Hall of Famer. That's not a real American fat guy. That's not a true everyman. We're so fat in this country. He's not even fat if we're really statistically talking. You know what I mean? He's petite compared to most people that are going to be in that stadium in Baltimore. And that's another thing that bugs me when it comes to the Kelce's. Amin kind of alluded to it in the beginning. These guys, now they're podcasters too. They got to take everything from us. Podcasting is you know what I mean? That's for poor, ugly people with a Rode microphone.
Damn right.
That they can't come out here with their millions. It just pisses me off. I'm from the podcast sewers. Like you said, Jessica, my first podcast was literally called Cum Town. Yes. I crawled out of the gutter to get here today. And the Kelce's get to just astroturf themselves with the #1 podcast, and we have to sit here and take it and pretend it's heartwarming when they win? No. Fuck them. They've had nothing but wins their whole lives. We need something. And they have a beautiful family. They got everything. We need this win. We need a symbolic victory for losers. This is too much.
You're going to the game on Sunday, even though your schedule is very busy. You're capitalizing on a great deal of popularity right now. You're going to the game Sunday. How difficult will it be to get there? And are you going to have like prime location when you get there because you are now their celebrity fan?
Yeah. It is going to be brutal. I'm literally in Dallas. So I had shows in Dallas. I was supposed to be in Dallas the day after I did my special. I filmed my special in Austin, and then I had Dallas the next day. And I canceled it because I was like, I just shot a special. I'd rather do mushrooms and eat burgers by a pool than work. So I canceled it because of that. And I can't really cancel now again because I'm like, hey, I'm going to the AFC Championship. You guys twice. So I unfortunately do have to stick to these shows. And by the way, tickets still available, folks. So to the Late Show, it's going to be a really good show. Please buy them. So I have to get up at 5 a.m. and take a flight. The only direct flight was Southwest. That's how much I love this organization. I will be taking a 5 a.m. Southwest flight to be there to see the show, to see the game. So if you've ever, it's not all glitz and glamour, folks. That's what I'm saying. That's the most famous Baltimore fan. I am taking a Southwest flight to be there. That's the difference. Taylor Swift is ruining the ozone to go pick up the cookies she likes from a different city she's in. And I'm out here flying coach, baby. America, you know who to support. It's not even close.
Southwest is a cattle call. It ain't even coach, man. It's just like, everybody just run on there. Grab a seat. First seat you see.
Every flight to Baltimore is on Southwest, by the way.
Pretty much. There's no good. Yeah, that's our first class actually. It was either that or go stowage on Spirit. Those are the only direct flights.
What do you like on game day? How unreasonable are you, and how will you be on Sunday? You'll be crazy. Will you have trouble sleeping the night before?
I will. I won't be able to sleep because I'll have the game and that flight hanging over my head. The last thing I need is missing a flight, and I'm just watching it from the airport bar in Dallas instead of in a suite. I would kill myself if that happened. So I'm probably not sleeping at all. Game day, I'm just, I'm over the top. I'm living and dying by every play. I was there with my brother. We're watching the game, and I'm just that first half. I almost jumped off the suite, but I was like, I believed in Lamar, and I was just all right. Second half, he's got to come out. He's got to score. He's got to put the boot on their throat, and it was awesome to see him actually do that. But I'll be out. They got me in the suite now. When I was first getting tickets, I was outside. I was just having tenders, but we got I'm hooked up right now. They got the last time they came through with a tomahawk. I'm living crazy these days. I don't know what it's like. This is insane, the hookup, and shout out to the Ravens for that. So I'm excited, man. And there's going to be so many. I'm pumped to see actually, everyone's coming out for this game. So there's rumors of Shaq's going to be there. We got Michael Phelps going to be there. It's just, even the last game, it was crazy. We had, Melo, Rudy Gay were there. It was all, it was great to meet them. Josh Charles, great Baltimore actor. So it was cool. It's going to be a very overwhelming experience because, this started because I was mad. This started basically because I wanted to make these videos instead of getting arrested outside of Greg Roman's home. So I had to channel my frustration from last year's offense into these dumb little fan videos. And somehow that has led to me getting, against all odds, becoming a very notable Ravens fan. And, I'm not mad about it. I'll take it for sure.
Is Ronnie there? Is he going to join us and make any predictions before you go? Like, I don't know. Is he with us or is he not available today?
Yeah. I think we can get Ronnie. I think we can get Ronnie here. Oh my God, I cannot believe that the NFL is coming and trying to fix this game. Okay, I don't know if y'all seen it. They put a ref in there that is friends with Patrick Mahomes that is going to do this. Lamar is going to overcome the NFL. Mahomes, we're going to win. I'm gonna guess 2-3. Yeah, 82-3. Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce. First of all, Jason Kelce's a loser. I don't know if y'all know this. He met his wife on Tinder, not the old-fashioned way, the way I met my girl. I met my girl because I was a defendant in her grandmother's identity fraud case. And then one thing led to another. I ain't use a condom, of course, and now we are bonded for life with my son, Cal Ripken Jr. The Ravens are going to win this. Opened up 4 credit cards in his name, and I bet $50,000 each one on the Ravens for tonight, for this weekend. We're going to be millionaires off this. Let's get Ravens.
Good seeing you again, sir. Again, he's got live shows coming up in Dallas and Michigan, and hopefully does not get stuck in the Dallas airport bar. That sounds sad, watching this game. Stavi, thanks for being on with us, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Greg Cote is famously anti-information, anti-analytics. He and Stugotz don't want any extra data. They are tired of sports being soaked in all sorts of math, advanced metrics. Just play the game. Greg Cote is anti-new information, new measurements, correct?
Correct to a point. An example I would use is the idea that this runner is going 17.2 miles an hour in the middle of a touchdown run. I don't need to know that.
You don't care that the Dolphins had the 3 fastest speeds in the open field measured this year. That's not interesting to you in any way.
My eye test tells me that the Dolphins are a really fast team.
Every NFL player looks fast to you.
No, that's not true. When I see Tyreek Hill run, I know that that's an extremely fast player.
CeeDee Lamb, is he known for his speed, or is he more just like a skilled route runner?
I know he's not as fast as Tyreek Hill. That's what I know.
How about DK Metcalf?
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's
No, but is he as fast as Tyreek Hill?
No, I don't think he is.
Because
Jamar Chase, is he a speed guy or a route guy?
I don't care.
Yeah, but that's what we're trying. We can. These things are all. I can give you all this information now.
Okay, if I'm a general manager scouting players, I have to know that. If I'm a fan or I'm writing about a game, I don't need to know that Tyreek Hill was running 19.1 miles an hour. I just don't need to know that.
Okay, anyway, so yesterday it was a fight between Mike Wilbon and Greg Olson. Greg Olson, I think, is new media. Greg Olson has become a star very quickly, and I think at least in part because people see that he does what Collinsworth was the pioneer at, right? Collinsworth bought into Pro Football Focus. Collinsworth, before Romo, before any of them, Collinsworth was talking about football smarter on television than most. Now people have turned on Collinsworth. They don't like him. He's polarizing. He's somebody, they don't like his attitude, his condescension, whatever it is. Greg Olson is very popular. And he reprimanded Wilbon for sounding really old.
Yeah, which I actually thought was funny because you categorized it as a fight. It wasn't a back and forth or anything like that. It was this Michael Wilbon rant on PTI.
The 2-point conversion attempt that left them 8 down. Don't start me with the 2-point conversions. And the analytics say go for it. Do the analytics say go for it no matter who's going for it? So if you and I were on the field, the analytics say go for it. It's the stupidest, laziest, lamest thing I've ever heard for reasoning in competition. And I hate when announcers just buy it without questioning it. The analytics say go for it.
So then Greg Olson retweeted that viral clip, and he gave a pretty keen observation on why it's important to educate the viewers on this. What I found funny about all of that was Greg Olson was on the call of that game for this play in question. It is a lot of information to try to convey in 35 seconds. And that's what the disconnect is. There is a logical explanation. We did it yesterday, and we did our best to maybe make it fit inside of 40 seconds. But explaining to the audience that an extra point the traditional way with a kick isn't 100% proposition, and 2-point conversions are over 50%. And if you're chasing, like, you see how that gets bogged down and boring?
Yes, and one of the reasons that I believe people are conflicted about this is that there are two types of people in the world on how they enjoy sports. Some people just want to enjoy it. Other people want to learn more about, get more information, be more informed about, more educated about what they're watching.
We are trying to make it easy for them, those, and I say we, in terms of people in the media that are trying to simplify the messaging, but then you don't trust it because there is a button that comes up on the bottom of the screen that says analytics say go. And without context, you're to believe that just some amorphous thing is telling you you should go.
But to simplify it, best I can, is, and these coaches are now doing it, after John Gruden says, I go with my gut on 4th and short, and they drowned him in paperwork on why it was better to go for it more often on 4th and short. Now everyone in the league does it. You could have, 10 years ago, exploited this mathematical inefficiency by winning in the margins, by being ahead of everybody, but everybody was doing it the Gruden way. McCarthy was always punting on 4th and short, whatever. All of this is to say, sometimes all you want with your analytics is entertainment, and for that we have Patrick Waugh.
We don't like analytics when you're in the bottom of the league, and we like it when we're in the top of the league. So that's pretty simple.
Analytics.
I believe we can all agree with that. Let's hear it again.
We don't like analytics when you're in the bottom of the league, and we like it when we're in the top of the league. So that's pretty simple.
I'll one-up him. We don't like anal ticks.
I actually didn't really know how advanced metrics worked in that sport all that well. That was one of those sports that I just kind of watched, and I thought I could tell who's good. And then I had someone in the analytics community that works in hockey explain to me all the diamonds that they can find based off of this. For example, Sam Reinhart having a career year. We know that he came into the league as a reputed goal scorer, but what makes Sam Reinhart this year a Hart finalist? He's playing on an exceptional line. Barkov is a perfect line mate for him, but Sam Reinhart also, as a player, does not make mistakes. And they value that almost as much as the goals. You know that if the puck meets his stick, he is not going to turn it over. He's going to dump it in maybe, but it won't be going to the other team's possession, and he won't have a chance going the other way when Sam Reinhart is on the ice.
Greg Cote, when these sports do more and more to make their draft coverage 3 days, 4 days, everyone follows the lead of football because people are starving for give me more information. Don't you want this information to be max research, that the people who are analyzing it aren't just hot take artists who are doing what Wilbon is doing, which is, hey, I know what I know sports, I don't need any more information. Don't give me more data of how people are winning by, exploiting value or how it is that they do measurements better than other people do measurements. Just a gas bag about whether you think Caleb Williams is better than Drake May, but don't put anything in behind it when all of the studying of this is subjective.
I don't mind.
$5.
No, you pulled back. We didn't hear it.
I don't mind Greg Olson telling me that the analytics say you go for it on 4th and 1 from the opponent's 48. Fine. But to Mike Wilbon's point, and this is a shock, I'm going to stick up for Wilbon.
Oh, boy.
To Mike Wilbon's point, that doesn't mean every team in that situation needs to go to it. What if your team happens to have a terrible track record of third and
Yes,
two?
of course, but Greg, we're just playing probabilities.
But that's accounted for in the analytics that the teams run. It's not like a one-size-fits-all thing. Like
right.
People are aware of that.
But let's say the analytics say that the probability is 51%. Are you beholden to that 1%?
It's how
edge?
I would do it. I'd want every 1% advantage that I could get, and I understand if people would want to go with their guts, but I would just follow the math.
I'm going to stick up for Greg Cote, who's sticking up for Mike Wilbon. Even though I'm a firm believer and have been for several years on analytics, there is something to taking the temperature of a game, seeing the momentum of a game, seeing what a team is excelling at. And I know that the analytics take that into account, but also momentum swings is this big intangible that can't really be taken account for. Right. And that's one of those things that your head coach in any sport, you give them all the data, they take the feel and the gut, and they come out with the best decision, and that's why you hire these people. That's why you interview them multiple times.
Exactly. And what if, for example, the analytics say go for it on 4th and 2, but you don't have a great running back that you trust, and your quarterback hasn't been particularly accurate that day, and you just have a vibe that this might not be smart, and if we don't get it, it could really blow up on us. I think there's too much gut feeling that goes into any decision like that to be a slave to analytics. But
we don't like analytics when you're in the bottom of the league, and we like it when we're in the top of the league.
Exactly.
So that's pretty
well said, Patrick.
I had a frustration here. I don't know. Greg Cote was talking about the wide range of emotions that he's feeling, where he gets angrier about things than he used to, or he gets weepier about things than he used to. I have now found a pet peeve that makes me consistently extremely angry in a way that I notice each time, wow, I shouldn't get this elevated by innovation. And it is Uber drivers using the center of my street as a parking lot. And I now have to wait for I too have to wait for somebody to come down from whatever, 4th floor that they're on, because someone has decided that they're not going to have the respect that taxi services used to have back in my day. And you pull to the side of the road instead of all over Miami Beach, stopping right in the center of the road.
I understand why you're lashing out at Uber drivers. But really, the issue here is bad infrastructure and people that are being rude because they're waiting for the Uber driver to arrive before they make their way down. As we distribute guilt here, the Uber driver's doing whatever they can do, because then they have to loop all the way back around because Miami Beach doesn't have a waiting lane for them.
Your business flaw is not my problem if I'm not partaking in your business. The middle of the street is not a parking lot.
Well, your problem is that you're living in a place with bad infrastructure.
And Miami drivers. Like, you're dealing with Miami drivers to begin with who are trying to avoid Miami-based Uber drivers who are, come on, we have the most selfish drivers in America down here.
You think it's worse here than it is in New York? Because I think it's all over. I think it's all over the globe. I don't think it's just here.
In New York, you have the option to use other methods of transportation. Here, everyone is driving. for the most part.
So you guys are of the feeling that this is worse here than it is in other places.
I think it's why it's making you so upset, because you are right to feel irrationally angry about how bad it is down here. I literally almost hit someone on my way in this morning because they stopped in the middle of a road waiting for an Uber.
The only reason I bring it up is because it happens to me 9 times a day. Like, it's not, I'm looking around. We're already wildly overcrowded in Miami. This is not happening once or twice. The reason I'm getting angry, I'm like, when did this become allowed that everyone's okay with the idea that this should be ticketed at any point in my life by a police officer?
They got to close Ocean Drive and make it pedestrian traffic again. It is such an antiquated street for this.
It's not Ocean Drive that I'm talking about. I'm talking about all over Miami. I'm not talking about just Miami Beach. This is happening to me anywhere I drive in Miami. Like, I understand what you guys are saying about my infrastructure. I'm telling you, it happens to me 9 times a day.
I mean, Brickell is a series of one-way roads. I got to go 3 miles out of my way
with a
to...
random drawbridge in the middle that sometimes is up.
Oh, the worst.
The worst.
I grant that your anger is
This is
justified.
Inu on an improved
Your
Dan Le
anger-
Batard
now,
Show with the
that's
Stugotz.
on me.
Gamble on by DraftKings.
I have no idea if this is going to work, but we promised it the other day. Mike Ryan said he's been using Earify. That is something to look in his ear with a camera to see what is in there and to see how much wax is there or how many hairs are in there. And we said the other day, can't wait till Greg Cote comes in here so that we can inspect the inside of his ear. Why are you yawning, Charlotte? This is exciting television right now.
Yes, it was involuntary. Sorry.
Okay, this is a very exciting time. Chris, what are we going to find in your father's ear? Mike is not confident in neither the technology nor the ability for your father to not have a cluster of hair that never gets us to any wax.
I was going to say a ton of hair is like minus 900 on what we're going to find. It's really all we're going to find. This segment, I'm feeling a little eerie about this segment.
All right.
I see what you did
Well
there.
done, Chris.
Not well done. Eerie is not the way he would feel. It's just a bad pun.
I'm
Feeling
nervous.
eerie.
I'm nervous about this. I don't want to hurt Greg's eardrum, Mike. Are you sure that you're qualified for this?
No, he is not.
Mike is off mic, so he's not going to be able to answer any questions.
So is Greg, apparently.
This seems like a bit that's better served for the herd.
My ears have no wax, first of all.
Can you take your headset off, please, so that we can inspect the inside of your ears? And while we're doing this, Amin and Charlotte, will you give us our best analysis?
What am I doing?
The best analysis. You're going to put it in your ear
I'm
in a
doing it.
second.
Oh, okay.
You're going to do it yourself. Hold on a second. Greg, can you hold on a second?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God. What is that? No, put it in there. Don't take it out. Put
I
it
see
back
Mike
in there.
again.
I see a light.
Oh, my
Is that-
God.
Is that...
I see a lot of wax.
Deeper! Deeper!
Hit the bottom. My dad goes, that is awful.
Well,
Oh, my
don't pick it
God.
off.
Don't
Just-
pick it off. Just
we
go in
need-
there. Go
we
in
need
there.
a scope. We don't need you to clean it. Just
Can
give
we
me
do
a-
2 things at once, please? Doc Rivers is now the Bucks coach. Charlotte and Amin discussed.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, Dan. Dan, can we get a little deeper?
This is awful.
Oh!
I keep seeing
Oh my
light.
God. I can't believe that's in my head.
Here, do the left ear.
Let's do the other ear. And again, Amin and Charlotte, your best Doc Rivers analysis, please.
Well, he is now the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
I hate to wax
What
poetic
is that?
Oh my God.
This feels irresponsible.
here. There you go. That's my guy.
Was that a bug? I saw something that was moving. That was
There
an
is- there's
insect.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's some
He's going to
Earworm.
keep, there's
This
a
is-
debris field. Doc's going to keep beating
That
that
was an
drum until
episode
they
of,
win a championship.
Yeah.
I don't want this
What's it
segment to
called?
fall on deaf ears.
That old.
I'm so
with
proud of
Rod
all of you.
Serling. What was the name of his?
It reminds me of something one of my favorite rappers, Q-Tip, said.
You've got one really long, dark black hair in there.
Well,
Greg. Yeah,
I
right
don't
there.
know.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
much wax, but a lot of hair.
Yes. Now, I think, though, that is
Mike, how much to put that in your mouth?
Oh, wow.
Don't do it.
That was already too close.
What do you want me to do about it?
Lewis said he'll do it for $25.
Is that so?
That's so low.
Hold on,
That's
hold on.
sad.
No,
Wait a
I don't
second.
want to do
How
this.
underpaid is
No,
Lewis?
Come on.
I feel like this is really irritating.
It is irritating. I think all of the rest of you should do that ear thing too, because I guarantee you I'm not alone in having ear hair.
Well, this is what I want to do. My father is out there somewhere, and I believe that is the gold standard for terrible things inside of your ear that have been there for a long time that have
let's look
never
down
been
your dad's
inspected.
ears.
Yes, I think we should do this.
We need to disinfect
like
this instrument first.
Yes, please. Well, I think Mike said he's got
Just walk
several
out there
of them.
and jam it in his ear, just without any
Mike
explanation.
said he has another one. While we're waiting for him to get my father, I am serious about this. I'd like to know. Doc Rivers is now the coach of the Bucs. It's a pretty big story.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly shocked by it. It's fairly shocking. If I told you guys before this season, hey, half the season in, you know who's going to be coaching Giannis and Dame? It's going to be Doc. None of you would have said that.
Dan, you're always asking the wrong questions. You're asking, oh, Doc replacing Adrian Griffin. I'm asking, who's replacing Doc on ESPN?
I was just going to say, can Doc still coach the Bucs and keep his job as an ESPN analyst?
I think he's got to. You got to toss that one. So is it just going to be Doris and Mike Breen? Are they going to upgrade maybe J.J. Redick, maybe Richard Jefferson, or do they call up Jeff Van Gundy or Mark Jackson and say, hey, you want to do this one more again?
You know what they always say about your color commentators, though? Ear today, gone tomorrow.
Just glad we've got a Doc here in this segment as we look through Greg's ears.
I really, really debated doing a Doc Rivers Paul Pierce pun.
That would have been good.
And I was like, nah, that's too much. That's too much. And then you walked in with ear today.
So Mike just cleaned, took a cotton swab and just kind of like cleaned off. Like I think he cleaned it. You know what? He cleaned it.
He wiped it off. Is that
he
what?
wiped it. It was a very.
And we should take the word of the man who.
There's a new ear condom on it. The world's smallest condom right here.
Oh, you wrap those up? Oh,
how'd you get into my stash? Oh.
All right, my father is
Wanna
coming
try?
into the studio. I appreciate that you guys would not respect the question about how it changes the NBA and went immediately to broadcasting. The one ESPN subject I didn't want to talk about.
Really? That's usually your wheelhouse.
I know, but I'm not. I'm less interested in that. I haven't grown attached to that team. It's been together 2 months.
Look, Doc knows what he's doing. I think it'll be an upgrade. We'll see what happens. We all know that the playoffs.
Jeremy outright just shook his head no.
No,
when you
it
said that.
won't. Doc Rivers for a team that wants to win a championship? Come on.
What if
Trying
we
to
find
be
a
optimistic.
What if we find a spider in Poppy's ear?
Charlotte, hold on. We'll get to that in a second.
Charlotte's Web?
Charlotte, why does your coverage need to be optimistic of this? Why are you trying to be optimistic about this?
I don't know.
It's far funnier as anarchy that fails.
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, if he wants to blow a 3-1 lead in the playoffs for the 4th time, he has a good chance. Look at it that way. He could set a record.
Dan, no one ever talks about how hard it is to get a 3-1 lead. Sure, he's blown more than anyone ever, but he had to build the 3-1 lead to blow it.
My father's in position. Papi, do you know what we're going to do to you right now? Have they given you any information on what we're doing right now? Hold on a second, Papi.
No, I have no idea.
Okay, so what do you think that device is next to your right ear right now?
The device? Oh, I don't know. What is that? I don't know. I have no idea. What is it?
It's a new toothbrush.
It is a rectal thermometer.
What?
Bend over.
No, it is something we're going
Hey, what?
to. We're going to.
You didn't bring me all the way from South Beach to here.
Well, how's your uncle?
I did, but it is for your ear. It is to inspect your ear. It is a camera that goes inside the ear so we can find out what kind of hair you have in your ear. We just did it with Greg Cote, and we found the Everglades.
Is that right?
Yeah, and so are you ready for us to stick this in your ear to see what this camera reveals?
No, I'm never ready for that.
I was telling them the other day that you once did the wax with the fire, that we did a wax cone with fire in your ear.
Does that work?
And we pulled out a lot of wax from your ear.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm on other things, wax, yes.
Yes.
Spiders?
Hell yeah.
Any spiders?
Well, I don't know about spiders, but, a lot of hair, though.
All right, so let's see. Are
Donovan
you
Mitchell.
willing to do this? We need consent, Papi. We can't do it unless you give us permission.
How much does the job pay?
What's our safe word if he doesn't like it?
A good question.
Coconuts.
Papi, we paid you in pastelitos. We barely got you over here because you were wandering around the eating area just consuming free pastelitos.
Well, that's my favorite brand. Anything for free, right?
All right. You ready to go? Let's go. We're going to take this off and we're going to see what's in here. Jessica, are you ready? I don't feel like you're ready.
I'm scared there's going to be a spider.
Charlotte, are you ready?
Yeah, I hope it goes well.
Maybe like that, right there.
It's a pretty good quality camera, by the way.
It is.
I'm impressed.
And
What?
it gets in there. It would be fairly amazing.
Pretty hairy.
Looks
yes.
pretty clean though, Papi.
Yeah.
Cleaner than Greg's for
Yeah.
sure.
Also
Look at that.
big.
That's nice.
A little liquid. I got some liquid in there.
That's the good stuff right there.
Yes.
Little ear soup.
I'm not getting that one. I'm not doing that.
That's the
Does
good
it feel
stuff.
A couple growths on
What was
there.
that?
Whose ear is has got more in it? I think
there's
it was
another one.
Greg. I still think it was Greg.
The second one. There's
Greg's
the
got
other
a
one.
wider
There it is.
debris
Look at
field
that.
for sure.
It looks like a beaver dam.
A little broccoli cheddar
I got a
action.
set of
A
teeth.
few abrasions there.
I can't grab it. Let me try.
Is there a claw at the end of this?
Jeremy.
Suction.
Oh my God.
Oh! It's stimulating the wax. Oh, God! Stop it!
It's a nice little sheet.
Stop!
It's a sheet of earwax.
Oh, that was so yellow.
So I'm the winner. I'm the king.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Oh my God!
Come on, Skirt. There it is. What do we got? Hold it up to a regular camera, Mike.
I'm not looking anymore. I can't look.
There it is. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Gaze upon thine eyes. Yep.
Greg's ear, in hindsight,
Yeah.
very clean.
You guys
for
can't see
Greg.
Dan, but he's collapsed into a heap of fat.
What happened? What
behind me.
happened? What happened to Dan? He got
He's
dizzy.
out. Yeah.
That's
He's-
wax. That's good stuff.
He's moaning very softly.
Ears
We'll make a
hoping the
candle
next
out of
segment's
it.
better.
Lewis wants to eat it.